I said to you, my beloved brothers and sisters,
yes, sir, dear Father.
Give justice to where it belongs.
Yes, sir.
And don't try and rob people out of justice.
Yes, sir.
If the white man in it he has freed you and me to go to work for self, and you go all around the earth, feed on object, go wherever you want to, then he's not to blame today. You are the one to be blamed.
Yes, sir.
We all love to be equal with other people who are equal. Well, then do something to make them to accept us as their equal.
Yes, sir.
We can't sit off over here on the curbstone and tell him to come sit down with us.
Right.
No. We are lazy people. We want something for nothing.
Yes, sir.
That's what way we are. We are lazy. We cannot take a country like this and build up cities from one end of it to the other, like the white man have done. Well, we helped him. Well, that was your fault. Certainly he was going to use you.
Yes, sir.
If you did not use yourself.
Yes, sir.
I love you.
Yes, sir.
We love you.
But I love you to do something for self.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And stop putting your faults on the slave master.
Yes, sir.
And I said to you in the name of Allah, Salamu Alikum.
I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow. Vice President Ford will be sworn.
As President Nixon primed the American public for his departure from office, a similar transitioning of power was set to take place within the Nation of Islam. In the winter of 1974, Elijah Muhammad longed to have the one son who objected to his teachings return to his fold.
The same day Daddy passed. Daddy passed about 6 o'clock in the morning. So Wallace had already accepted, they had already told everybody he could be the next leader. I mean, not everybody, but the people that they could get to, the ministers.
I was privileged to travel with Imam W.D. Muhammad as he went around the country speaking to the ministers and virtually teaching and informing them that he was going to become the leader of this community and what they were to expect.
He was different than anybody else, and he was on point from anybody else, and you could see that he was not in the mold that everybody else was in. He was not in the history mold of black and white as anybody else. He was in the mold of the Quran.
Surely I've turned myself to you, O Allah, who originated the heavens and the earth. I am not of those who associate gods with God.
Daddy told us, the ministers, he said, I can lead you up to the door, but somebody else could have to show you to it. And I knew exactly what he meant there. He meant that one day Wallace would be our leader.
We are not a people to harp upon colors and racism. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad say this is not a race. He says this is a nation.
It was announced that Wallace Muhammad was going to be the leader. And when he came to the podium and spoke, and his words are what really, his words touched my soul.
The Indian can come and find his likeness among you. Yes? Even the European Gentile can come here and find a likeness among you.
And here's the younger man who has really takes up where the father leaves off and is going into another direction. And you could sense it.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad will fill our hearts. Love for him will never depart from us. Respect for him will never depart from us. Though his 130-some pound physical body does not sit in the chair of his office, we still respect that chair because we know his works, his teaching, his thoughts, his feelings, his aspirations, his ambitions were not that came into being with the flesh that Georgia produced, but is that came into being with time itself. This is a nucleus. This is a beginning. This is a small community. But the nation of Islam is the whole earth.
And with the words that he was saying, you know, the winds of adversity are going to come against us.
And when the strong gush of wind coming from the forces of emotion come against this house and blow, the windows stay intact.
But it'll just be like the wind hitting the curtain, and it's not going to even waver. It's not going to move.
The shade doesn't even waver.
There's not one wind that can blow against this that's going to even ruffle the shades.
The curtains at the window, though the window be up, won't even be moved by the winds of emotion. Simply because this house is built on strength, divine strength. This is a house formed by knowledge.
Those words contain life, you know, and future direction and hope for the future, and a determination that as a community we were going to survive, and not just survive, but we were going to thrive.
And men of knowledge just don't fall down in the floor and weep and moan and cry like babies when the winds of emotions come. Let your winds of emotions come against this house. It stands forever. Peace be unto you. Assalamu Alikum.
For 43 straight years, Elijah Muhammad had presided over an organization that influenced the lives of men, women, and children, surviving scandal, betrayal, and the assassination of a prominent figure. This chapter in American history was coming to a close, and Wallace Muhammad would take his place as leader, and the changes he would make would be felt throughout the world.